All right, boys and girls. So here we go, take two. So apparently we had a little technical difficulties. So now we are back in the mix. Hopefully everything done worked out pretty great. So come on back here. You know, if you got some popcorn or something like that, by all means, just come on in, guys, because Transformation Greatness and the Small Business Network podcast is happy to feature as far as our very special guest. Eddie Everline, as I mentioned to you in the first rendition, that he is not only our newly signed recording artist with the Atomic Records label group, but in addition as well, he's a man of many different talents. So we're very excited as far as for him to come on board. So do me a favor, guys, just like last time, if you're catching this live, put in #live. Let us all know exactly where you're tuning in from. And then if you know me, guys, I love dialogue. I love interaction and engagement. And if you should happen to catch this on a replay because of the fact, you know, you're attending to upper manners, then by all means, put in #replay and let us know, more importantly, if you resonated as far as with this interview, if you got any insights, any aha moments, you know, if there were some things in which that you really, really like, because our goal here by doing these podcasts is to highlight the small base entrepreneur, right? To let you guys know of him or her greatness and what type of opportunities and services that they do provide as far as to the marketplace. And that's what's really what it's all about. And I mentioned this as far as in the first, well, actually, I might or might have not. But if you are an entrepreneur, since we're living in this digital age, I believe the best thing that you can do, in addition of doing the other activities, of course, to further grow your brand and your business, is by doing live streams as well. And the reason being is because you want people to really get to interact with you, really get to know who you are, and build that know, like, and trust factor. And especially for those that really plan on really planting their flag here on social media, in which is definitely a great idea. I highly recommend for you to do live streams and let people know as far as what's going on, who you are, you know, and what you got, right? Because all of us, we all have a gift, right? We all have unique talents, different skill sets that we all bring as far as to the world. And it's our obligation, especially in this time of social media and the digital age, is to get out there on many different platforms as humanly possible, right? But also too, not forgetting the one-on-one, the human interaction as well, because that's very important. I think a lot of people, they actually lose sight of that. So with that being said, waiting here for my good man, Eddie here. And if Dr. James, if you can do me a favor, by the way, thank you so much for hopping on, my friend. If you could just inform Eddie and let him know that I'm actually here live and that I'm waiting on him. We have here the CEO and partner in the house, Ms. Glennis Reed. And thank you so much for hopping on, and thank you really for stepping up and really just, you know, giving your value and employing your wisdom. And yeah, guys, I mean, we're just moving in, you know, a great direction. And I think this is a perfect time just to let all you guys know, while we're waiting for our guests to come in, excuse me, that we have a lot of different things going on, a lot of different great services, guys. I mean, my goodness, I mean, it'll probably take me about 2 hours to explain to you everything in which that we have. But by all means, this is a community in which that we are like-minded men and women. We have many different skill sets, many different talents that we bring to the table. And all the services in which that we provide is set up as far as for you as being the entrepreneur, you as the artiste, you as the visionary to truly, truly shine. So if you're looking to collaborate with individuals that's like-minded, that's really positive, that's really geared towards serving and bringing value, and at the same time, you know, hey, making a nice profit of doing so, then by all means, please feel free to reach out to myself, to Dr. James, to Glennis Reed, which is actually in attendance, and we'll be more than happy to go ahead and assist you. The only condition, well, actually a couple conditions. One, in which that you have to be willing to invest into yourself, obviously. And secondly, you gotta be serious, man. I mean, you gotta be hungry. You gotta be hungry. That is very, very important. Very important, especially if you're an entrepreneur. You gotta be willing to invest into yourself, and you gotta be hungry. And if you got those qualities, I'm telling you, you will definitely go far in this industry. So with that being said, I'm waiting for the start of the show. I'm waiting for my good man Eddie. I don't know what's going on here. Dr. James, if you can just let me know what's going on with Eddie. The audience is waiting for him. And you know us, we don't like to keep the audience waiting, right? Because time is a precious commodity. Time is a precious commodity. So, can you find out what's going on with Eddie for me? I just got finished speaking to him, so I just want to see as far as if everything is okay, because the audience is waiting, man. The audience is waiting. So there you go. Bam. It looks like he just popped up on my screen. So let's go ahead and invite in the star of the show, Eddie Everline, hailing all the way out, I believe, in Texas. As I mentioned, not only is he an artist, but he's a man of many different talents. So, hopefully you guys will be able, as far as to get to know Eddie as he gets to know us. And we can definitely dive more deeper in, because it was a pleasure actually speaking with him when we did, as far as the news article over the phone, and just gathering that great information. So hopefully now we can be able to dive more into it. And here we go. So we have here Eddie. We have
What's going on, my brother?
nothing much, but it seems like, as far
You
as that.
see my camera? Hold on, let me see. Let me try to fix it.
Okay. Cool.
Hold
Yeah,
on, man.
we got you sideways, my friend.
Man, that's a weird conversation though, but it's cool. Turn it sideways. Man, I hate that, but it is what it is. I just fixed this phone, man. I tell you what, I'm gonna have to get offline and try to fix it, unless you want to try, try this like this.
Well,
It's
there's no way
sideways,
that.
but I can.
So do you have it on landscape mode, or do you have it, excuse me, the other way on portrait?
Hold on,
Because you
let me
have an
see.
iPhone, so maybe someone can help out in the audience, because Eddie, he actually has an iPhone. I'm not that familiar as far as with an iPhone, so maybe someone can help him out.
Hold on, let me try to fix that for me right quickly.
Oh, there
That.
you go. There
Okay,
you go.
there
Perfect.
you go.
There
Yes, sir.
you
So
go.
what's going on, man?
There you go. Okay, so ladies and gentlemen, we have here Eddie Everline in the house here, hailing all the way, I believe, from Houston, Texas.
Yes, sir.
Uh,
Houston, Texas. We call it H-Town down here.
All right, awesome. So let's go ahead and get this bad boy started, man. So the first question, I already said your name a number of times, but maybe you want to introduce yourself to the listening audience, my friend.
I mean, well, my name is Eddie Everline. My stage name is E Rule. That boy E Rule.
All right, cool. So you're a rapper, you said, correct?
Yes, sir. Just signed to Atomic Records actually last week.
All right, congratulations, my friend. And
Appreciate it.
what what services do you provide, by the way?
Well, you talking about with the music, or just in the music
Overall.
you talking about the
Overall.
overall? Well, with the music, we we do tracks too. We do beats, man. We into the artwork. We into we're gonna eventually get into all of it. It's gonna be one-stop shop. But my other career is, I do I have a mobile auto detail unit.
Okay.
Pretty much. I've been in this industry, man, for like probably over 20 years, landscaping industry also. So pretty much we provide services for, independent, like maybe used car dealerships. We're trying to get a closer deal with Tesla. So the list goes on. It's just building.
Yeah, absolutely. So on a side note, so what inspired you, Eddie? Because for me, I'm definitely a hip hop fan.
Yes, sir.
Definitely, absolutely, man. So always love to ask, artists, what inspired you to, get into the hip hop scene, to start rapping? Let's start
Man, honestly,
with that first. Let's start with that first.
yeah, honestly, I have some cousins, man. A group out here called Too Real, and they call us the Everline Boys. But we started like freestyling. It was years, man. Like it had to be probably when we was about 12, 13. Just freestyling and stuff like that, joking around.
Okay.
And it's kind of just actually as it got older, just kind of took it seriously and said, "Oh, I'm gonna try to make a career out of it." So
Right.
that's where it's at now. You know what I'm saying? And they're still in the game, doing their thing. So we kind of building from the name and just trying to get our name out there.
Absolutely. And you mentioned it too, as far as for landscaping, that you do
Uh,
landscaping, you do a few other
I
things.
do,
So
yes,
what
sir.
sparked so what's so I guess my question is that like what sparked the idea for you to want to say, you know what? I don't want to just be one of those type of people, right, that just have a 9 to 5 job. And which, don't
Yes,
get me wrong, there's nothing wrong with a 9 to 5, especially
nothing
if
at
you
all.
enjoy what you
And
do.
a lot of
But
people don't
for
have.
you, you chose a different path, and you said, you know what, I want to be an entrepreneur. So I guess my audience want to know what inspired you to become an entrepreneur.
Well, honestly, my grandfather used to have a trash company.
Okay,
Uh, and I should when I was young, I had to be about 9, 10. Um, I would see how they operate their business, and they had like several trucks and different accounts and stuff like that. That my grandmother, she was over the seal of the accounts, and trying to observing them inspired me to be an entrepreneur, and I started working under my grandfather's um, lawn care service. So later on down the year, later on down the line, I mean, I started living off of it pretty much. You know
okay,
what I'm saying? And it making money.
go ahead. You said making money.
Yeah, I was making a living, man. Trying to build and um, start, and then my and my uncle. One time I was sitting down talking to my uncle, and he was like, "Hey, man, having several streams of income is awesome."
Right.
So I never could grasp that until I tried it. So once I tried it, I said, "Man, I'm making something here, something there, and it all adds up." So and I always the rap thing always been like my baby. You know
Okay.
what I'm saying? It was like that's the goal. That's the ultimate goal. It's still a hobby now. Don't get me wrong, but I see guys that's at least making 6 figures off of just being an independent artist. You know what I'm saying? And
Mhm.
a lot of people not even making that type of income this time. But so you have to put in work. One thing I see, you have to grind. You have to listen. You gotta observe. And focus on what you're really trying to do and build off of your brand and stay consistent with it. I'm learning every day. I learn something new every day, actually. So one thing I see about consistency, people that stay consistent with something, they are the ones that's going to be real successful. So
Absolutely.
that made me that my drive is to get to that point. Yes, sir.
Gotcha, gotcha. Was there anyone as far as like that really inspired you as far as in the music industry? Because obviously, since they are out there in Texas, so it's like a wealth of talent out there, man. I
Well,
mean, whew, man,
yes, sir.
from man, I mean, from Scarface and the Ghetto Boys to Killer
Ghetto boy.
Mike, man, to man Paul Wall. Like,
Yeah.
was there anyone that really like when you were younger, you were like, okay, you know what,
Nah, inspire me.
yeah,
Um, not really. Honestly, my cousin, Lil D, man, that's my favorite rapper, bro.
okay,
And that's my and he's a hard hitter. So um, he's a part of the group called Too Real, which is him and his brother. You
right,
know what I'm saying? So man, that's like one of the coldest rappers out here. It's in the street military.
okay,
We you know what I'm saying. So I mean, I listen to the other rappers out here, Lil Kiki, Zero, Power Wow, them. They all they've been doing their thing for a while. But yeah,
right.
we pretty much trying to build something our name and take it from there.
Absolutely, absolutely. And
Sure.
for everybody else that's tuning in, we have here Stephanie Treasure in the house. Welcome, welcome, and Happy birthday as well to Stephanie. Me and her actually shared the same birthdays, which is pretty cool, man. And Dr. James, he's saying here that boy ERU in the
Yes,
house,
sir.
and Houston,
Tell
Texas
Dr.
in
James
the
I
house.
said hello. Yeah, we got
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. So, so Eddie, I'm curious. So, what are your long-term goals as far as with your brand, like with the music? Like, what is the vision that you truly see? Because you did mention as far as obviously consistency, hard work is
yes, sir.
definitely the key. But what are your long-term goals?
What the music is, eventually, will to build a empire. What I mean by that is, we have several different artists. I work with artists now, you know what I'm saying? But I'm talking about the artists I deal with now, nobody probably never heard of them, you know what I'm saying? But one thing I learned that no artist was known until they became their name. You know what I
Right.
mean?
Correct.
So if you stay consistent with something, it'll just work in your favor.
Correct.
Just like a job, you know. You keep going to that job, eventually, what I'm saying, you go get promoted or, whatever. I don't know. But in the industry, my goal is to find good talent, put them out, include myself,
Right.
and build off of that, and build, give independent artists opportunities to put their music out, and their passion, whatever they're into, and just take it from there. Be free,
Yeah.
you know.
Yeah. Exactly, because one of the
Yes,
things
sir.
and what's that I learned, just like I mentioned, like I was raised as far as like during what you call that early on, like as far as like when hip hop first began, right? So
Sir.
literally it was from like the breakdancing, and then it turned into gangster rap and everything else, and just seeing that how the way the music was so pure to where everything now it's like it's kind of commercialized in a sense.
Hmm.
But one thing I know for certain though is that with hard work and consistency, it does definitely pay off. And let me ask you this, in your opinion, Eddie, as far as do you feel that, let me see, how can I frame this? Besides hard work and consistency, what else do you feel that makes a person successful as far as in the music industry?
One thing I see that the guys that stand out, like the big, like the Puff Daddies and the Rick Rosses and stuff, that those guys, I kind of studied them. They stay consistent. Like they started off out the mud. I mean, some of them did.
Right.
A lot of them had help, investors or whatever.
Right.
But they just stay consistent, man. If you stick to something, it'll just work in your favor. You know, when I first, honestly, when I first started doing the music some years ago, I was people was like, "Oh man, why you getting back into that? You too old for that."
Mm.
So I was like, "Nah, it's no such thing as that." The thing is to be successful. It's not what no matter what age you are. You know what I'm saying? So my thing is to build successful artists and work under with them, and we just take just kind of build and make some build a big brand like-minded people. And also, I got to shout out to my boy Tao D, man. He's a big influence on my rap career too. Also, man, he's on a couple of my albums. You know what I'm saying? We working on some new stuff too, also. But he's a big influence on my career also. So I got to give him his props. Yes,
Absolutely, absolutely.
sir.
So, Eddie, let me ask you some last questions. So, how can others get a hold of you?
How can people get hold to
Yeah,
me on social media? My phone.
yeah. Like, what are some sources like if people were to be like, you know what, I'm feeling this, I like this, but how do I get a hold of this brother, right? To take a look as far as for his content work, see what he got going on. You got a website? Do you have anything in which that you can lead people
Yes, sir.
to?
Yes, sir. Well,
Okay, cool,
I
cool.
do have the Facebook and the Instagram, Eddie Everline. on Instagram, Eddie Everline on Facebook, Eru, um, Top Notch Entertainment. Also, we got the Top Notch Auto Detail, which is the website construction, but it'll be up. All you got to do is Google Top Notch Auto Detail, and it'll pop up, and it'll tell you exactly what we do. And we come to your house or your apartment or office. It doesn't matter, But as far as the music, you can contact me, eddie.everline62@gmail.com. Any artist that, want to send their music, or, if you just want to just talk, you know what I'm saying?
Absolutely.
So, but as far as the music, Eddie Everline, Facebook, Eddie Everline, Instagram, Eru, and the Top Notch Auto Detail. You can pretty much just Google that. And also with the music, it's called Top Notch Entertainment. You can Google that also.
Awesome.
Sure.
And we're definitely going to help you, Eddie, since that you are part of the Small Business Network family. So we're definitely going to help you as far as, get out there, man, and also show you some cool things as well, man. So definitely, man, you are in the right place. Anything else? Any last words for anyone that you want to perhaps, leave with, for anyone maybe that may be watching this and maybe that would say, man, you know what, that sounds pretty cool, but I don't know, man. I mean, I got some talent, but I don't think I got what it takes. Do you have any encouraging words for anyone, man?
Yes, sure. If you don't, if you feel like, if you don't feel like, what I'm saying, you don't have, first of all, you get the confidence up, if you doubt your situation, if you think, oh man, I can't rap, I can't do that. I mean, just try. You don't know. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
You got to be comfortable, first of all, with yourself, and not just believe in yourself. Nobody else not going to believe until you believe in your own self. So it doesn't matter if you're a lower, are you an up and coming artist, or are you a mainstream artist? You still got to, once you become mainstream, you still got to stay focused. You still got to stay to bring in, get more fans, build. So just stay encouraged and keep going. Don't, if somebody tell you no, they shut the door on you, keep going. It's a bunch of those out there.
That's right.
Bunch of them. Somebody gonna tell you, yeah, eventually,
Yep.
You gotta be consistent. And I'm looking forward to working with Atomic Records, man. James is a great guy. Me and him had several conversations, and looking forward to being a part of the team.
Excellent. So, ladies and gentlemen, this concludes here as far as our this episode here with our very special guest here, Eddie Avalon. I mean, I just see a lot of great things in store for you, my friend. And
Thank you,
by
sir.
the way, if there's anyone else that Eddie, that can actually benefit from doing this podcast, by all means, just let me know, or just reach out to, as far as Chrissy Redding, Roosevelt Russell. You will get to know them as well. And
Yeah,
and listen, we are in the business of featuring small base entrepreneurs. So, just like what Eddie said, listen, you're never too old as far as to start believing and living out as far as your dream. And that's what I'm talking about, man.
yes, sir.
That's what I'm talking about. Yes.
The B-Day too, Sean, man. I'm gonna tell you that too, man. I seen that.
Appreciate it, my brother. Appreciate it. So until then, guys, this concludes Transformation Greatness, along with the Small Business Network podcast with our very special guest here, Eddie Avalon. Please be on the lookout and look out for him, guys. Contact him, Eddie. Once that we're done, if you can go into the comment section, just put all your contact information in, and we're definitely going to share this out as far as all of our social media handles, man, and definitely, expand your reach, because that's what it's all about, my friend.
Yeah, we have new music. We got new music dropping soon. So, I mean, we're looking forward. It's called Lime Twist. That's good. That's a good song. So I want everybody to stream that. That will be out within a couple of months. And like I say, man, I'm looking forward to working with James and the whole Atomic staff. And we're gonna build.
Right on. So,
Yes, sir.
and until then, everybody, appreciate so much for your time, and we're going to end this segment like we do about others. And if what we stated on here either motivated, transformed, or inspired at least one person, then may God be the glory, and we take no credit for absolutely none of it.
Yes, sir.
And until then, you all been amazing. We thank you for your time, and until the next episode, peace and love, family. Thank you so much, everybody, for the birthday blessings. I really appreciate you. Take care.
You too.
Okay.